hate that it does that. Okay, there we go. Hi, CB. All right, so this is the New York Skyline, and we're down to the last little bit, Lady Liberty, and you can see I went ahead and I got the Lady Liberty that we had on there off. She came off really easy, like super easy, and I decided to use a base with scrap paper, so I've got kind of a grungy cement colored one here, and then I had a piece of cardstock that I had sprayed teal, that had a teal spray. And this doesn't feel like it has enough gel medium on it, so I'm going to put a layer on this part here and let it dry while we're working on the base. I may have had it too watered down from the brush. Like, this feels really watered down, but I'll put a good layer on it and let it dry while we're down here on the bottom. All right, so we're good. Like I said, we'll let that dry. And for those of you watching the Ustream, the recording on YouTube, we're on Ustream, and hear me talking. I'm talking to people in the chat. And if you feel like it's just moving too slow, just feel free to fast forward for those of you over on Ustream. All right, so what I pulled out for this bottom is it's kind of a taupe gray. And let me pull up, first of all, clear that. Phone's been chirping here for the last few minutes. Let me pull up our reference photo. And even though we've decided Lady Liberty was photoshopped in that one, this is the close-up one that I printed from. And it's kind of I guess it's like a limestone. It's got some browns in it and some taupes. So I'm going to start on this part right here, the base. And then this down here, I had to use another photo to, so but I didn't save anything, so let me Google. Lady Liberty images, and we'll find one that has it's got a little more of it. I know that it's angled down here. I'm not sure. So let me pull that up. So you can sort of see it's dark. I know it's not very. So what I'm going to do is use the darker colors to kind of set those edges, and then not worry too much about the details. And this is a warm brown, a warm gray that I'm using. And I know when I did this, these pieces here were set back. When I looked at the original photo that I looked at. but I'm not going to do a lot of detail on them. Just more. The kids are gone, Ella. Today was it. We had a half day. You'd think they'd lost their ever-loving minds, but they were pretty good. I had an activity where they had to build a snowman, and all the parts of the snowman had a cost and a weight, and they had a budget of $25, and their snowman couldn't weigh more than 50 pounds. So they had to calculate what they could afford, and then they drew their snowman and colored it, and they got really into like who could make the best looking snowman but use the least amount of money. And it was so funny because I gave them a choice to either get on the computer and do their math program or to build the snowman. And I was like, you don't have to. It's no big deal. One or the other. And a bunch of them got on the computers. And then one of the little boys, Eric, it was his birthday, and he built his snowman, and he made it for less than $3. And it was kind of funny looking. And then all of a sudden I noticed other people were like, Can I do the snowman? I changed my mind. Yeah, sure. Get a paper. Go for it. And then I'll go both ways to get that. Kind of shade in some of those parts. So that kept them busy. And then they were gone by 1:30. Hey, Laura, your dog is turning out so cute. I don't have the patience for that. You people who color have the patience of Job as far as I'm concerned. All right, and then I'm going to come in with some darker cold gray, just to darken it up a little in some places. And a darker brown. Maybe that'll work. I want to darken this one side. These don't have a whole lot of detail that I could see anyways. So I think that works for that first level pretty good. And that's the only level that's like coming forward. But Jean will understand this. I was so excited, Jean. Today's first day of holiday, and I got two of my favorite authors books, my hold came off my holds and were checked out to me. I was like, it's a good way to start a holiday. So I got the new Fanny Flag and the new Jeffrey Archer. It's the last in the Clifton series, which has been so good. I have to say the last couple Fanny Flags, I was a little disappointed in. I guess it's just really hard when you have such a good, Fried Green Tomatoes in the Whistle Stop Cafe was such a good book. I need Photoshop Elements, but I don't think this laptop could handle it. Well, I know it couldn't handle it. So there's no point. Okay, and then let's add slider. I want to leave some of that map still showing because I want you to see that it's a map. Just kind of darken. That's a little black just on that bottom. I don't think I got it on my YouTube notice, but I haven't really looked. Wednesday, grades were due, and mid-afternoon, the internet went down, and none of us really thought anything of it, because, that happens every once in a while. But something on the server crashed. Our website crashed. We couldn't get to any of our grades. Grades were due Wednesday. We were supposed to stay till 5 o'clock, our normal meeting day, and get them done. And we left Wednesday not knowing if they were going to be able to recover the grades or not recover the grades. We might have to, it might wipe out everything on our laptops. So we had to bring them home and save anything from our desktop that we needed. I thought for sure maybe one of the kids had crashed the server, but they got someone in from Houston, and the next day it was up, and I was able to do my grades. They weren't lost. It just meant we were later than, because my goal today was to be done and leave at 1:30. Yeah, and I don't write them down anymore. I mean, I used to keep an old-fashioned grade book and have all the grades written down, but that's just double the work. I just grade the papers, stack them, and then go through and start typing them in. But it did kind of give me enough of a scare to the point where I'm thinking maybe I should print the Excel sheet once a week. The only thing I had was I had a list of who was failing. And that was it. But I was, we have high school kids, and some of them are very tech savvy. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Okay. Well, the base isn't coming along too bad. Oh, I have right at 60 right now. Now the music teacher has a lot. She has all the fifth grade, all the sixth grade, and a high school course. But I have 60, but I put in grades for math and science. Okay. Let's start with the lighter color here. Oh, Tay-Tay's not happy. Hold on. Tay-Tay, come here. I know there's no laundry. Come here. She's looking for laundry to hunt. Yeah, Tay-Tay. Okay. Y'all hear Bob? Oh, she's just mad because there's no laundry. That's all. Because all the laundry's locked up and she can't drag something around, Laura. Tay-Tay, get up here. Get up here. You can, yeah, get up here. Okay. Just lay there. Just lay down. Lay down. Let me move the wet wipes. All right, lay down. Just lay down. Okay, so she's just laying down looking super cute. She is Siamese. I'm going to tweet y'all a picture of this little nut. Let me tweet it. Well, actually, I can show you. Turn the rotate on. Look at her. She gives it her little stamp of approval. She is such a spoiled brat. Yeah, she's pretty. Her name is Taylor, but we call her Tay Tay. She's named after the guitar, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, so my brother's Gibson after the guitar. And we have Takamine, who was another Siamese. And Henry was all black, huh? Forget there were 5 of them. There was Gibson, Taylor, Takamine, Martin. I don't know what the 5th one was. They were all guitar brands. Might have been Yamaha. We don't have all of them. We just have Taylor and Gibson. Yeah, don't we? We just have the 2 baby brats. And Fat Fanny, huh? Okay, we're getting somewhere on this pedestal. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna add some darker in here. And then this is the brick part. Give that just that illusion of brick. Okay, bye, Tay Tay. Okay. That's not too bad. Let me hold it up and you can see. A little better. As you can see, it's not too bad. Okay, so now let's switch back to the taupe. And then there's these, this is kind of curved, it looks like. All right, and then there's this part that's set out. All right. So let's see. Right there. And right there. There's 3 openings. And then there's like a let. Right, and then those are dark inside, so let's add some black in here. And I'm just going to add it on that one side and let it fade back. And then let's see. Come in. It actually goes down. In front. And this is the brick. So we need to give that an illusion of brick. Put that corner back in. And this is the brick over here too. darken that. And then these are like carved. So I think I'm just going to take the extra small black. And just add those little lines in. You won't be able to see them unless you're up close. And then they're kind of like columns. All right, I think I'm happy with that. All right, we're going to leave that out. That, get rid of this. Okay, she feels better up there. All right, let me give you a little bit of a close-up. And I think that works. All right. I'm gonna seal that. Let's put a layer of gel medium over it. Seal. Okay. Now we're on to the, I think she's actually got a little cement platform that she's on to, so I may need to, I want to check that real quick. Where's Tay-Tay? There. No, it's green. We're good. All good. Okay. I put a little white on here earlier because she's got that. This is like a bronze. So we can put that up there. And I'm going to keep her very painterly, so it's going to be just more about adding in. The biggest problem I have is I don't have, like this is a fine point. I don't know if you can see that tip. I don't have very many colors. I have the black and the blue in the fine tip. This is not permanent, but I'll probably use it if I blend it fairly well, and it doesn't smear too bad. That's why I went ahead and went with a base. So I think I'll start with this. and just start in adding some shadows in turquoise. And I am going to cut her apart in places to use. Which can help with just getting the scale. Because then what I'll probably do is come in with some gray in some of these areas. Okay. Thanks, Jean. Thanks, Ella. Like right now, I'm just trying to add in some, and then we'll come in with the gray. Let's burn it. Let me see if I can bring the camera in a little closer. I can't move the canvas too much. Let me see that. That better? Because it's still in frame and I'm still on the table. Okay. All right, and then let's take off this bottom part. I went too far off. And it just gives like a reference. Okay. That'll... And then I've got... There's another... All right, and then there's... This side is really the shadowed side, so I want that darker teal really in here. And then also I've got this has lines because this is that platform. Okay. And this is mostly her feet's in here. Her foot. Thanks, Ella. I wasn't sure if I was with something so iconic. Sometimes, like, I stress myself out because to me, she's such an important, iconic emblem in our country that I'm sort of stressed about doing it. Not for you guys, but like putting it out there to the public. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with the gray, because this is permanent, and kind of gray up some of these lines. And she may not ever really have real hard lines. But I'm hoping that this skinny blue and skinny black can help. I think she's all right. But you know, you gotta, that critic in your head. And then YouTube trolls don't help. Hey, Orla. see, and let's go up her arm with some turquoise and some gray. And that'll kind of shadow that and give it a 3D effect. And then I think, let me clean off my fingers because the way I do it, I use my hands. You gotta keep, thanks, Shells. You gotta keep your fingers clean. So I'm gonna come up in here and add some. This is black, but it'll gray up. And underneath here is really dark anyways. But the only way I'm going to get her hand is with this. And I'm really going to darken some of the, this side is darker. And I'll give some definitive lines. And then let's try some of this blue in here. I know it's the wrong shade of blue. But I think it will be fine. I don't know. All right. I didn't like the blue. I like the black, but I didn't like the blue. Okay, so let's go back in here. And add a little bit of I love you too, honey. Okay. Okay. I'm liking the effect that the skinny black has given me, so. It's kind of giving the effect of a pen and ink type. So let's add some gray down here. Okay. Okay, I'm off camera a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay. Now let's come back in here and I want to add some more green in here. All right, and then this area right here is really shadowed. And there's some other, like some draping. At the bottom. Okay. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's do the book next. Not Jen. Oops, sorry. Did not mean to bump y'all. Okay. So I'm going to give that a coat because I'm really pleased with what I have right now. Except for I'm going to come in here and add some shadowy to the flame to give that a little more 3D. Because the face will be a challenge. Book, not so much. We're just going to give an illusion of the print. Okay, so that will seal her. And her little teal, luscious teal there. All right, let me dry that real quick. Heat gun. Okay. Orla. All right, let's do the fingers on the book and the edges of the book. Okay. Okay, so there's an illusion of her fingers. And then we're going to take that. Looks like there's some weather damage from rain on the book. I'm also going to just do some dark to imply the words right there for right now. And then I'm going to come in with the darker color and give the image of, all right, hand. Okay. Not the best hand, but to get what color? This was a piece of paper that I had sprayed with Lindy's. And then this is a zig, old zig that I'm using that's a turquoise that's darker. But this was a piece of paper that was already turquoise. That was probably T-Bird turquoise from Lindy's. Was sprayed on the paper and dried. It was just a scratch from something a long time ago. All right. Now the stressful part. The face. So let's do this. Let's put on her crown and then kind of get a idea where her hairline is. And we can kind of put that in first. And then this will come around. Alright. And we're gonna give all these a little bit of a turquoise side. right, and then let's, oh, I lost. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the black, kind of gray it up there. Alright, and then we've got windows in here. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let me bring you guys in a little more since we're just focusing on the face. And I don't know if it may stay blurry. Let me turn autofocus on. All right, and then we're going to go back to the turquoise. And need to the illusion of her chin and neck. All right, and then eyes. Nose. And mouth. Tay-Tay, don't know that there's room for you on that table. All right, now what I'm going to do is come in with the black. I don't know how this is going to work. Excuse me. I think I need more of the turquoise. Blend some of it and Well, I think it's really hard to get, like, okay, Jean, are you speaking Martian? Oh, thank you, Jean. All right, the nose, let's see, it's dark on this side, so I can, darken this side. And her chin is fairly dark. This is actually a little shadowed. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to her lips aren't right. She's way more serious than what I gave her. I think that's gonna be it. I mean, it's recognizable as Lady Liberty, so we're gonna call it Lady Liberty. I mean, like I said, without multitude of colors in the fine points, the script, and she needs to dry up. And I never did end up using any of the paint, so that was good. All right, so let's give her a good coat. I want to get all the extra water because that one can smear. So what I'll end up doing, I don't want to smear the features. I'm just going to dab a little bit. I'm not so worried about the... I just don't want to smear her face. All right. Let's dry that. Thank you, Arlene. And I'll see if we can get it up closer in just a few minutes. That's weird. It's a piece of white paper stuck over here from when I scraped the paper off. That. All right. So let me. I gotta cover. And again, it's just an illusion of the face in the book. Let me back the camera out, and then you can see the whole thing. We'll go out the steps so you don't get... And I got to move the camera and the light just a little bit. Oh. Let me shift everything kind of back where it's supposed to be. All right. Save that. And if I scoot that down, still say it's wonky somehow. All right, it is all done. The only thing that's left to do is what I'll do is I'll paint these, and they'll end up being on here. Like they'll end up getting cut so that it'll have a 2-inch depth on the back. So it was a lot of work. I figured, well, this is the 5th stream, and each stream was between 2 and 3 hours. So probably 8 to 10 hours on camera, and probably another hour to 2 hours doing the, like, glue, you know, an hour to glue all the paper on, and then glaze and do the stenciling. So probably in total, I would guess 15 to 16 hours total. And then this will, by the time I'm done with this, it'll probably be 20 hours of work. But I'm glad I took Lady Liberty off and put her back on right, because it really would have bothered me. So I wished I'd been able to get the new World Trade Tower over here, but the other bright blue building that was there, and there was another red one that I was just like, wished I'd gotten that one on too. If I just had a little more canvas. All right, so let me move that off the table. And let's play with some prints for a while and glue. And let's see. We get that new paper pack that I have. And let me get my box of scraps, which won't be on camera. You can see it's right here. It's like a ginormous box of scrap paper. I'll take some close-ups, Laura. I'll take a picture of the whole thing, and then I'll zoom in and take some close-ups so you can, and then I'll send them to you. I'll post a picture of it, the whole thing, but I'll take like a close-up of Lady Liberty and some of the details, and then you can show it to your husband. And there's no hurry if you decide you want it. It's not going anywhere. I made, you know. All right, so let's play with some backgrounds for some prints. I want to use this. That's one of the jelly prints from the other day. Let me go ahead and stop the recording and start a new one.